What happened? Oh my God!
The World Trade Center was built in 1966 to 1977. It is built in New York City and it is also known as the Twin Towers. The two buildings were 412 meters high and each floor had the same size as a football ground. The World Trade Center was a business center with offices and was very important to the American people. The two Twin Towers were also a great tourist attraction to people all over the world. The tragedy happened on September 11, 2001 in the early morning. 4 planes were hijacked by tourists. One of the planes hit Pentagon. One crashed on a field and the last 2 were struck directly into the Twin Towers. 2,871 people lost their lives on the attack of World Trade Center, and the events affect the whole world.
Many things changed after September 11th. One of the most obvious changes took place in the airports all over the world, especially in the United States. The security procedures were changed dramatically and much stricter guidelines to passenger and luggage screening were made. The pilots can now even apply to become a federal flight deck officer, which allows them to carry a loaded gun on the plane. The number of Americans who traveled internationally also declined after 9/11, and international tourism to America fell for 3 years after 9/11. The events brought fear to the country and fear among the people. This might also have created many prejudices against people with foreign looks, especially Muslims. Anti-Islamic violence in America jumped after the attacks. According to the FBI, 28 hate crimes committed in 2000 were found to be anti-Islamic. In 2001, that number jumped to 481, and it remained above 100 in the following years.
One of the few positive changes that these terrible events brought was national patriotism. The people in America really were united and the sails on American flags went up. At Christmas 2001, the colors also changed from red and green to red, white and blue, also known as the color of the United flag. People wanted to show that they were American and supported each other. The events became part of American history and still have big importance to millions of people today. There has been made a national September 11 memorial and museum at the World Trade Center site. The names of all the people who lost their lives in the attack are arranged around the memorial, and this have great meaning to the people in America today.
Many people don't believe in the 9/11 attack. They call it a conspiracy. They believe 9/11 was planned. Here are some of the facts. Right before the September 11th attacks, some businesses happened within the stock market and insurance firms. An extraordinary amount of put options were placed on United Airlines and American Airlines stocks, the same airlines that were hijacked during the attacks. Many speculate that traders were tipped off about the attacks and profited the tragedy. The second thing is that the World Trade Center collapse appeared similar to controlled demolition. Many speculate that the towers were in fact blown down with explosives placed in selected locations. Some witnesses accounted hearing explosions inside the building as the attempt to escape. Many architects and scientists even maintain that a plane fuel cannot produce enough heat to melt the steel frame of the two buildings that collapsed. The third thing is about a $20 bill. If you fold it in a specific way, but not a hard way, it will on one side look like Pentagon ablaze. On the other side, it will look like the Twin Towers smoking. How can one folding show 2 terror attacks? If you fold it in another way, it says Osama, like Osama bin Laden, who maybe did it. And 9 plus 11 equals 20, like the $20 bill. These are some of the things which maybe shows that 9/11 were not a terror attack.